Okay, this is Mudball Mike. You got the Mudball news for 8/1/26. It's 1:13 a.m. Mudball news. We got the 11-minute traffic blueprint, a step-by-step guide to consistent daily flow by Mudball Mike. That's me. This is my new program. It's totally free, and now it's finally ready. I've released it tonight. I have ads out for it right now. It's basically like a case study where I show you how I'm getting traffic to a team build page. And the base system only takes like 11 minutes a night. Now, I usually do a little bit more after that. It just depends. And I do have some paid traffic that's in there. Basically like upgraded websites. So I get more traffic than if I was just a free member. But it only takes 11 minutes. And then what the idea is to, if you do the steps like I do every night, you'll see how fast I do them. It's all explained. All the numbers are in there and everything. It's a real simple system. And basically, somebody will sign up for this if they want it. They'll get one email, not like a whole bunch, just one. In that email, there'll be a link to one page that is the system. It's got really nice graphics like what you're looking at right here. And then there's a video that goes along with it too, where I do like a case study, like in real time, where I set a timer and I go through the steps so you can see that it actually works. It's the same, I use the same sites that I talk about in the one page. So basically, I know I've seen a lot of people that they're supposed to get, there's like hit requirements to these programs, like these team builds. So if you get into a team build and you're not sure how to drive the traffic to your team link and you need to get so many hits a month, this is how to do it, and quickly, with, like I said, 11 minutes a day. I did a test after I had written the guide before I came up with the title, because I wrote the guide first, then I did a test to see how long it would take, and on that first test it took 11 minutes. So I went with that number because that was exact. I mean, it was exactly the time it took for me to go on and go through these certain programs. So that's easy. It's not a lot of time. And I'll tell you here how many hits I got using this exact system for my team link last month, because we just went to a new month here. So whatever numbers in here should be the final for last month of July. So let me look. Team build progress update. So I needed to get 500 real visitors per month. My total, using this 11-minute method here to drive traffic to my team build link, okay? My total all visitor count was 2,530. But okay, there's a difference between all visitors and real visitors. I don't know how that's tracked exactly, but there's a difference, because I think some people might view the page multiple times, or some might be counted as bots for some reason. I don't know how they get this number, but anyways, my goal is 500 real visitors per month, and my real visitor count from the month of July at the end was 1,963, and my status is excellent, because that's way over the 500. So that's what I'm saying here. You might have, there's so many different team builds going on out there. People do them for everything. I do one for Build-A-Biz. I've done them for GDI before. I used to do them for Traffic Wave. Just all these different team builds. But anyways, so that's why I wrote this guide. That way, if anybody's struggling to get hits, to get enough hits for, I even used to pay people to do, on some of the team builds I did, I didn't even want to do the traffic, so I just paid somebody to do it. So you can do it any way. There's multiple ways. But this is a good way, and it's a fast way, 11 minutes a day. Like, who can't find 11 minutes a day? You tell me. And the real plan is this. You follow this blueprint exactly, and then every night go to one or two more sites of your choice. So, and the thing is, when you're doing this project, you're going to come across other traffic sites. So, like, if you don't have any, if you're starting new, you can start collecting sites that you'll be like surfing somewhere, and you'll start to see other traffic sites be advertised. So if like one of those catches your attention, just go ahead and join it. And then I mentioned this in the guide, but you want to make sure you have a Gmail account that is separate from your main Gmail. Get a Gmail account just for this stuff. Just make a new name up. They'll let you have multiple accounts. I have like 5. So it just depends how much traffic you're going to get, because especially if you join something like called a mailer, like a safe list or a mailer, you'll get a lot of emails. It could be in the tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of emails that could be coming in. So that's why you want to have that separate from your main email. So then let's see. So that's all about I guess this is my release party. We're having coffee and water, and we're having a release party for my new product. It's called the 11-Minute Traffic Blueprint, Step-by-Step Guide to Consistent Daily Flow by Mudball Mike. And it's actually a better program than some of the ones that I have bought on Warrior Plus. This is better. It looks nicer than some of them. It's very straightforward and to the point, and has proof listed, details, numbers, stats, and like I said, a video proof of me doing it step by step. And you can see, exactly how to go to each site and where to go and what to do. It's super simple. So it's all listed on the main guide, and then it's also in video format. So, and I just give it away for free. So if you don't have the link, just ask me. I'll get you a link for this product if you want it. But I'm going to advertise it all over the place. So if you're in these circles of this kind of stuff, you'll start seeing this, because I actually just put it up on Submit Ads for free, and I assigned 500 credits right there. So right now, 500 of these are going out slowly. It's a drip feed. But let's get to one other bit of news here tonight. We're going to go over to, I'm going to show you something real cool. This is the AI portion of the show, okay? But I have to find it first. Where's my AI? Where'd we go? Did we close it? Where did I go? Or am I there? Maybe I'm already there. I'm already there. That's it. Okay, here we go. So I had the idea tonight, using Google Gemini, to see if we could play a game in here. Not just any game, but here's what I asked you. I said, do you have any text-based D&D type games we can play in a thread with you being the dungeon master. And it says, absolutely, I can run a text-based tabletop RPG directly in this thread and function as dungeon master and handle world building, narrative, non-player characters, combat, and dice rolls. We can run standard D&D 5e rules, a simplified, lightweight system. Here are a few ways we can set it up, and then it gives me some options. Then it says pick a setting. Gave me like 4 choices: classic, dark fantasy, sci-fi, cyberpunk, space horror, post-apocalyptic survival, surreal, weird fiction. So what I decided to do was combine a couple of those, and I said let's do a blend of 1 and 4. So that would be classic dark fantasy with surreal weird fiction. So I said do a blend of those two, and then it mentioned being able to do automatic dice rolls so that I don't have to roll the dice. So I said yes, do a blend of 1 and 4 with auto dice rolls in the background. Then it says welcome to the realm of Oakhaven's Hedge, where classic dark fantasy bleeds into the surreal. Here reality is thin, gloomy medieval forest give way to floating inverted ruins, and the shadows don't always move when you do. The air smells of damp earth, ozone, and static. Let's see. We're running this auto dice style, so you focus entirely on your choices, narrative, description, and dialogue. I will calculate stats, roll the dice behind the scenes, and narrate the outcomes. So then it wanted me to choose my adventurer. To begin, choose one of these. The Ironclad Mercenary, the Shadow Walker, the Spellweaver, the Wretched Nomad. And then it gives me an opening scene. And I decided to blend some characters. So I said, let's blend 2 and 3. So once again, those were the Shadow Walker and the Spellweaver. And let me read the descriptions. The Shadow Walker is agile, silent, relies on daggers, stealth, and quick wits to strike from the dark. The Spellweaver, master of the arcane, frail in body but capable of bending energy, fire, and reality itself. So what I said was let's blend 2 and 3, and it'll be the Shadow Weaver and not frail. So we don't want that frail characteristic. So then we got the character profile activated, the Shadow Weaver. Class, Rogue, Arcane Caster, Hybrid. Attributes, high agility, arcane proficiency, sharp senses, tough resilience, not your average frail cloth wearer. You can take a hit and hit back. Abilities, shadow stepping, subtle dagger work, light manipulation, and short range spatial warping. Then it takes me to my first location, the Whispering Mire, the Bone Archway. Vortex-headed guard stands motionless as you step out from the dark tree line. Its static face shifts from a low hum to a bright crimson pulse as it senses the dark woven energy radiating off you. You aren't just slinking through the shadows, you're binding them to your will. State your name and purpose, traveler. The chorus of voices echoes again in your skull, tighter now, pressing against your mind like a physical weight, or offer a toll that exists outside of time. The glowing black river below the bridge churns, sending up soft, whispering bubbles that pop into tiny, fleeting sparks of blue light. The brass pendulum swings silent above, its psychic toll thumping against your chest like a second heartbeat. The guard lowers its polearm slightly. The neon runes along its plate armor, crackling as the tip points directly towards your throat. It awaits your response or your attack. What do you do, Shadow Weaver? It gives me some options, okay? And I'll tell you what I did. So option A is speak, negotiate, offer a response, a riddle, or a strange toll to pass without bloodshed. Letter B, arcane stealth. Attempt to weave into the surrounding shadows, slipping past the guard while its attention is divided. C, ambush, strike first. Use your spatial magic to blink behind the guard and drive a shadow-infused blade through its armor joint. Or D, something else. Describe your own unique approach. So what I did was D, something else. I did this. I said I invoked a duplication spell. The figure you think is me is a double that will vanish in 20 minutes. I also cast a spell of intense focus, so the Guardian remains focused on the double while I slip behind the Guardian and begin to silently cross the bridge. So I did that, and it worked. I got the Arcane Deception Illusory Spell roll 18 modifiers, success. I got Silence Shadow Stealth roll 16 plus modifiers, success. So I was able to slip past the guard while I locked it onto a decoy. So that was the first step of the game. So there's basically like this bone archway, and there's this dude like guarding it, and I need to get past him to get on this bridge. And there's a big pendulum swinging above the bridge, okay? Below the bridge is this dark water, like dark substance. It might not even be water, but a dark substance with like blue glow, and then it's the blue like little crystals coming up from the water or something like that, bubbles. And then you can see like inverted images of cities and stuff when you look down there. It's all weird. Anyways, I need to get across this bridge, and I don't even know why. All I know is I'm there. This is how the story starts. So I'm in front of this bridge, and it's being guarded. I need to sneak past this guy and get on this bridge. So I do all this, right? On the Bridge of Whispers, I tread silently across the glowing pitch-black river. It behaves strangely under my feet. Instead of normal reflection, the dark liquid shows upside-down visions of places you've never been. Sprawling metallic spires, bleeding moons, and distant, impossible horizons. I'm not going to read every word of this, So up ahead on the far side of the bridge, the path splits. Now I have two choices. The sunken cloister, a half-submerged, inverted cathedral sinking into the glowing black bog. Strange, singing lights float on its broken stained-glass windows. Or number 2, the spiral spire, a winding stairway of black obsidian that spirals straight up into the floating, inverted ruins drifting in the sky. What is your next move, Shadow Weaver? Do you push the pendulum's psychic wave and head for the cathedral, brave the winding spire, or take another action entirely? Your duplicate still has about 18 minutes remaining back at the archway. What I said was make a mad dash for the spiral spire. So I'm going to stop there, but I end up going up this black obsidian staircase, and then I run into this grandfather clock dude, and I have to make my way past this guy, and he wants something from me, so I have to give him a secret to put in his book. So anyways, you can see how wild this is. So all I did was, that prompt right at the beginning there, I can go back up. If you want to try this yourself, this is all you have to do. You'll get your own story and you can customize it yourself. And just play whatever you want to play, whatever story. So back to that original prompt. If you want to do this for yourself, totally free. Just use Google Gemini. It would probably work in any AI thing. So the prompt I used was this: do you have any text-based D&D type of games we can play in a thread with you being the dungeon master? That's all I ask, and then it started on this whole journey. So the thing is, if you use any of these AI things, on the left side is usually the thread. So that's the way you can keep going back and playing this game. Just remember what the thread's called. Like mine's called text-based RPG DM offer. So I just know if I want to play this game, all I got to do is go to that thread, and then I can continue playing this. So that's how to do some Dungeons and Dragons type game right for free, right on Google Gemini. And you heard how cool it is. I mean, I'm on this bridge and everything, going up the staircase, encountering, these weird beings that I have to somehow get past. And I don't even know where I'm going. I'm just traveling, see what happens.